Hi everybody, it's me, your good buddy Thorn. Now I'm going to throw this quick video in here because I want to talk about, we touched on the archery thing just a little bit yesterday, and one of the things that I hadn't done yet is make a arm guard, an archer's arm guard. And I hate to use the word bracer because it just has weird fantasy connotations. But I mean, that's really what it is. It's a bracer. And what are they there for? Okay. Remember, it's an archer's bracer had very specific functions. It was to protect the forearm of the archer from the string impact, and it was also protect the string from where if the rest of the clothing is rough or, let's think mail or something like that. Now, does it need to be a full cuff, your fantasy bracer? No, not really. In fact, most of the historical finds don't show it to be like that at all. There's some really good actual historic precedents for what we're talking about. And let me throw a couple of these pictures up. And this is based on a find in the Mary Rose Trust. This first photograph, and it shows an arm bracer, and it's worn on the inside, and it's kind of worn on the wrist, and it's really cool if we can use this kind of research to build what we're going to do. So here's one example, and it's just kind of a cool illustration. Let me see if I can find the other one in here. Here's a reconstruction of that same little deal, and you can see it'll go on the inside of the wrist, and it is highly decorated. And like I said, this is from the Mary Rose. The Mary Rose was a ship that sank, and when it was recovered, not very long ago, actually, a lot of historical information that we had thought or that we didn't have evidence for was fixed, because a lot of stuff was found in the ship in relatively good condition, this arm guard being one of them. And that's really cool. And but let me see, where am I looking? Oh, here we go. Now, this particular photograph shows an arm guard that is what I'm going to reproduce. And it's got a nice little Viking feel to it. It's just a simple piece of leather, and it's got holes on the sides. And it straps to the outside, or the inside of the arm, protects the string, and also your arm from the string. So, what did I do first? I found these images, and that's kind of what I wanted to do. And then I took measurements of what I was going to use this for. And like I said, I took measurements on the inside of my arm from basically where the wrist bends, or right about where my watch line is, believe it or not, to about a good bend in the arm. And then I took measurements from the outside of the wrist to the inside, and also the outside of the forearm to the inside. Now, once those were done, I made a paper pattern, and because I wanted to make sure that it fit well. And it does. And one of the things you'll see is it is concave on the top and convex on the bottom, and it gives that nice look to it. And it's functional. Okay. So with that done, went out and found my heavy-duty leather. And this is this is heavy-duty leather we're talking about, because we want it to be functional. And so this is 18-ounce leather. This is very heavy. And let me show you. So that's how thick this leather is. This is what I normally use for leather armor, and I'm using it for this. So what you see when we get the strings loosened up, you'll see that shape that I was talking about. And I have not done any decoration on the leather itself. So what you can see here is after wetting the leather and getting the thong in place, this will strap right to the inside of my arm and protect the inside of my arm from the bowstring as it's coming in. Okay, very simple thing to make, very simple product. And what I'll probably go back through is take the lacing back off it now that the fit is right, flatten this out, wet it down, and do some art on it, and make it all nice and pretty, because, you know, Thorwald really does deserve to be pretty, and we are pretty. So, very simple thing to make, not very expensive. If you go to Tandy Leather, you know, the 12 ounce leather would probably work on this too. 14 ounce leather, it's not very big. Overall size, and I do have a fairly long arm. Overall size of this, 8 inches by about 6.5 inches at the bottom. So that's about it. And there we go. An historic looking arm guard that'll fit in well with our LARP, and it'll fit in with Pickling. All right. We'll catch you guys later. We'll see you.